Alright gang, welcome back to our playthrough on Zielonka. It's now January, it has snowed, so it's a bit unfortunate, but we can still pull the root crops out of the ground, so no big deal. They're still actively going through that, the workers are, and yeah, we're going to start unloading these root crops here and make sure that they continue their harvests. So we're going to go dump these red beets into our production here. Now, one of my members, Frog, has mentioned a really good idea, honestly. With the bit of a mistake we made up there in the field that we created in the last episode, where we went a little bit too far out of our boundary. Why not just buy the other plot of land right next to it, fix it, and then realistically you could just sell it back. But after I started looking at the actual land that we could buy next to it, I think we're just going to keep it. Reason I'm saying that is because it does have a plot of land that includes with it. It's only $64,000. It's not that much money. And the plot of land that it comes with is something that we can harvest, and it has a 98% yield bonus. So let's just buy it. So now we can fix this. Probably won't be, well, I mean, I guess it will be today. I was going to, eventually probably extend this field out to here. There is a creek running through here. It doesn't really show on the map for whatever reason, but there is a creek running through here. You saw it. It's just like a runoff, I think, if it rains or whatever. But anyway, there is something that runs right through here. So there is a little bit of land on this side we could do something with as well. But initially, my plan was to take this all the way up here and kind of, square it off. But since we have something growing in there now, we probably kind of have to wait on that a little bit, right? So maybe we just plow a portion of this up in preparation for the future, right? Maybe that's what we end up doing. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Today is actually probably going to be a little bit of a lighter day. Reason for that is really all we have to do is what I just mentioned. We have to do a cultivation and then put something in the small field over there where they had the carrots, right? We got to do that. But otherwise, I think everything else is done. I don't think it needs anything. Everything else has all the fertilizer it needs. We're just waiting on it to grow. So we got to do this field here. Like I said, probably work on expanding what will be this field over here. Just said preparation and get the rest of this done. That's really all we have to do. So it'll be probably a bit of a shorter episode. The reworking that I've been doing a little bit, I think we're okay as far as our timing goes here. Even if we want to throw the aggro horse, whatever it's called, even if we want to throw that map in, I think we're okay. Well, hopefully. I don't know if we're going to get the roller coaster done, which is really the main reason why we kind of did this shift, because I did want to do the roller coaster. I know a number of you mentioned that you'd like to see me do the roller coaster as well. I don't know, no matter what, even if we weren't... Ooh, we're doing a skid. Even if we weren't, doing this modification to how the series was, even if we didn't do that and we still were doing 16 to 20 episodes, I don't see any way that we would have got it done then either, because it's a lot of work, the roller coaster. But we'll see. I mean, I've fooled you before, right? I've fooled myself before, so you never know. Maybe we will get it done, but I'm skeptical, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, with that understanding, let's get into Kloss here. I really love this tractor. One of my favorites, one of my tops. I think I already have the cultivator over there. I think we brought it from the other field and just let it sit out there. I like the track and wheel combo. I just think it looks cool. I don't know how good it is in real life. I just like it. Yep, it is over here. Good. So we'll cultivate up the small field over here, the carrot field. What was the carrots? And then we got to figure out something to put in there. I don't know what I want to put in there at current. I think I'm going to, like I said, keep one field for root crops. I'm not even going to put root crops back in that field. It was such a pain in the ass for the workers to manage this. And we utilize the workers a lot in this series, so... a lot more than normal. And, Yeah, so we're just going to do that. I did turn on create field here on purpose. I want to extend it just slightly. I already did it. You really can't tell because of the snow, but I wanted to extend the field just ever so slightly because I don't need as much room as they're giving us since we're not doing root crops on this. I'll probably have to go back around and touch up the edges here again, but that's okay. Because I'm sure there are sections that I missed, but that's fine. Not a big deal, in my opinion. I now have the create field off, so right now it's just doing, you know, the normal cultivation work of the actual already created field, so... How's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. Getting caught up again with my videos a little bit. I was behind again. I keep saying that. I feel like I keep repeating that. I'm like on repeat, but you know, life gets in the way sometimes, I guess, right? It's the only way to describe and explain it. We're doing skids all over the place because of the snow. So, as far as what we're going to put in here, I think we'll probably do soybeans or canola more than likely in here. I think we did soybeans in the tiny little field over there, which realistically I probably should have made a root crop. But I think that's where we put that. I think. I'll have to double check it again, but I'm pretty sure it did. Now I need to turn it on again and try to line this up as best I can. I didn't do the greatest job over there starting out. It's not a straight line, unfortunately, but if I can get most of it done properly, I'm fine with that. This might cause a little bit of an issue here. I might have to do some land work there a little bit. But that's okay. I'll do some land work. I'm not too concerned about that. So I think I'm kind of finalizing the details a little bit for this mini-series that's coming up that I keep teasing. I did put a members-only poll out to my members to help me decide a few things that I'm kind of being wishy-washy on, indecisive on. So I think I've got a good grasp here of how we're going to run this challenge, because it is a challenge. I just needed a little bit of help to get over top of the bar there to make sure where my mind was makes the most sense. Because I think this is probably the most difficult challenge that I have tried to come up with. And what I mean by that is not necessarily the actual challenge itself, the ideas to figure out where and what should be the challenge bar, right? Like, when you're doing a mini-series, you got to make sure that it's not too unrealistic that you're not going to make that, right? So that's really where my trouble was. That's where I was, having some hard times there, trying to figure out the best way to go about this and what would be the best way to provide ourselves with a realistic challenge within a 10-ish, 12-ish episode series. So I appreciate them for helping me out there. Shout out to my members, Matthew and Frog. But yeah, not too bad. It looks like one of them's full again. Looks like a couple of them are full, actually. So I'm gonna put this on a worker. May not be the smartest idea. He may go to the left, but we'll see what he does. Let's get these unloaded. Because realistically, I mean, I don't think it's going to happen today unless I just do a big jump cut, which I might end up doing, actually. But realistically, I don't think we're going to get this field done today unless we do that, if that makes any sense, right? There's just so much left to do on the beets. I know we have 3 harvesters, and that's definitely helping, but... The good thing is we don't really need any kind of root crop for a while, for a long while, actually. Because we have so many. What's in the used market today? Anything? Oh, the Farm All H is nice, but we don't really need that, do we? Now, if you somehow haven't watched the episode yesterday, my Pioneer Challenge episode yesterday, I highly recommend you go watch it. We ran into a couple of glitches that I have never experienced. So that was fun. That was a fun one. Well, I guess the one I shouldn't say I've never experienced. I've experienced something similar to that. It's just never been quite like that. The other one I have absolutely never seen, ever. So... well, that ain't gonna work. We did a skid, and we skidded way out of the way. It looks like he's actually doing what I want him to do, the worker over there. Well, that's a miracle. Wasn't expecting that. Now, soon-ish, we're probably going to start having an issue with these all running into each other. And I said, once we get to that point, we're going to sell one of them, and we are. We're going to sell one of these harvesters back. We don't need 3 of them. I don't plan on doing the root crops in a big field like this again on this series. Well, on this map, I should say. There's no reason for us to do this. We have so many in there. There's absolutely no reason to, so... if we put them on a smaller field, like the one I mentioned before that has currently soybeans in it, that's going to be a much better position for us. Much better. Just going to unload this guy really quick while we're here. Perfect. I think the worker over there has one more pass, so when we get over here, we'll jump over to the worker, take over for him, and yeah, then we got to figure out what we're putting in there. I'm still thinking soybeans, just based off the time period. It's January. I mean, soybeans are going to be really the best to put in there. They won't probably be ready exactly when we want them to be ready, but it'll be close to when it's best time to sell soybeans. Now, we probably have to do some water as well into some of the productions. I suspect some of them still need some, or will need some water. Especially our greenhouse, because it's so massive, right? I highly suspect that one needs some water. Before we do that, though, while we're here, let's try to see if we can flatten some of this land out a little bit. And by flatten it, I mean just try to, you know, smooth it out. Now, I'm not expecting perfection here. I just want it to be a little bit more of a more realistic incline or decline, depending on which way you're coming at it, for the harvester more than anything, right? That's really what I'm concerned with, because we always have those issues with these kind of side hills with the harvester header. And I'm suspecting it's going to be a very similar situation here for us, unfortunately. So I might have made it a little bit too large, but yeah, it is what it is, right? It is what it is at this point. All right, I don't know if that actually did anything or not. It doesn't really seem like it did a whole lot, but maybe it did. Maybe it did. We'll hope for the best, I guess. I might do a little bit more work off camera, potentially. Okay, so I just had a crash in my computer system. I think I lost the time lapse that I was doing for this section here. So this is the new plot of land that we purchased at the top, and we had made that mistake down here. This is the field we, drilled and harvested in the last, well, not harvested, plowed and drilled in the last, or cultivated and drilled in the last episode, and went up here a little bit on the corner here, went a little bit too high up. This is that section where I said I was going to work on expanding it. The only thing really left to do is to take the little edges there and combine those, but I had this in a bit of a time lapse, and clearly that, well, I'm going to try to save it, but it doesn't seem like it's going to work. It looks like it's getting an error. So I apologize. You missed that bit of a time lapse, but it's all right. We can time lapse doing the drilling of the tiny field, right? We can do that here in a little bit. The workers, I believe, are all full, or very nearly all full at this point. Now I could take this and kind of go into that area, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to leave that area as is. This is an awkward enough shape as it is, so we'll just leave it be. No, I don't want a worker on this. I don't know how I put a worker on it, but I did. Hit the wrong button, clearly. Alright, that is done. Good. So let's take this back to the yard, and then we'll have to commence unloading once again all of the harvesting root crop harvesters. And then we're going to get the drill hooked up to this, and we're going to head over to the small field that had the carrots in it, and we're going to put soybeans in there. Alright, back here. Get these things unloaded. I'm going to do this one in the middle first, I think, because it's going to be turning around here, and they're going to start running into each other here in a second. Just try to be cognizant up here about which ones I should unload first so they can get going and have less of a chance to run into each other, I guess is what I'm trying to do here. We're skidding all over the place. We do have some snow in the forecast here, but I don't think the snow will get here before we're done with today's episode, because we really don't have much left. We have to do this field here, which I've already got the drill hooked up. Not all the way over here yet, but I got it hooked up, so we'll bring it over here in a second. And then we'll have to spray it with fertilizer. Really, we'll have to spray it with herbicide too, but we probably can do that in the next episode. Now, we'll do it this episode. This isn't a very long... this isn't going to be a very long episode anyway in comparison to what they have been previously, so... Alright, they should be good. Yeah, they should be offset enough that they won't run into each other for a little bit longer. I got to thinking for a minute, gang, and I said, wait a minute. We cultivated that field. I don't think we're going to need to herbicide it yet, and we don't. So, apologies there. I do think we have to herbicide the potato field, though, which is weird, because I thought we cultivated that field, too, but maybe we didn't. It was already prepped and ready to go, I think, wasn't it? I think that might have been what it was, but... so we will probably need to bring that back out to get this field a little bit. Yeah, there's weeds in there, so we need to go ahead and spray this field off. We might as well go ahead and do it now. This field also is one that we got at the very beginning. It was in really bad shape. It does say it still has weeds in there, and it's still growing. I don't think it's going to make a big difference at this point, so I'm not going to worry about it, because it's probably going to be ready next episode. If not the next episode, the following one. So, as much as I would like to, try to increase the yield as much as possible, I don't think that one's worth doing at this point. If I would have caught it earlier, yeah, probably would have been, but... So I really don't know where I want to put these. I guess I'll just stick them over here. Not really the most ideal spot for them. I have to figure out if I can find somewhere else to put them, but it'll work for now. We're not really doing anything with that land anyway, so not a big deal. Alright, so let's get this over here. Then we're going to get the rest of these harvesters unloaded. I think they're running into each other up there, or they're damn near going to, so almost time to sell the one. They are running into each other. I can see it from here. Let's unload this one, and I think we'll sell this one. I think for now I'm going to keep the tractor. I don't necessarily know if we're going to actually end up keeping the tractor in the long run. I don't know if we'll really utilize it anymore, but we'll keep the tractor for now, but we'll at least sell the harvester. I don't know if the worker's going to get confused or not, but I'm going to see if I can get the worker to actually transport this up to the shop for me, and that'll save me a little bit of time. I don't know if it's actually going to work or not. I hope it does on the main tracks here. I would hope it does, but you never know. If these workers are weird sometimes, so you never know. Let's see. Create job. We want to go to... Where's the shop? All the way up here. All right, well, he's going on his way, so hopefully everything works out as well as we want it to, I should say. Probably should have did that a little bit differently. They're going to run into each other here in a second. Oof. Oh, well. Let me get the rest of these beets dropped off, and we'll jump over there and get that field sprayed. And as I figured, the worker was going to have an issue getting up here. So, it is what it is. We drove it up here ourselves. We're going to sell it. Make a good portion of the money back. We only lost about 12,000 on it. Not too shabby. A little less than that, actually. Like I said, we're going to keep this tractor for now. I really don't know if we'll actually end up utilizing it or not. I don't think we're going to. So I probably don't need to keep it, but it's not really going to harm us to just let it sit there in storage until the end of the series, or the end of the map for this series. It's not going to harm anything, so we might as well keep it just in case we do need it, and we have it. So let's get this back, put this in the shed, and then we'll jump back over and take a look at how our root crops are doing. Like I said, I'd like to finish those root crops today. I don't know if I'll do anything with the field today or not, but I would like to at least get all of the beets out of the ground today. And we're back. We're actually really close to having this whole field done here. Really close. There's still a lot of work, though, even with those small strips there. It is a lot of work, but we're a lot closer than I anticipated us being, I guess, at this point. So I'm going to take the worker off of this one. I'm going to take over on this one and get to going here. Get to work doing this one. Hard to do, but I'm trying to get it lined up where I'm getting 2 at a time, because that's going to save us a lot more time. It's just you got to get it lined up at the beginning, and then typically it'll be alright for the most part. No, I didn't get it lined up, but you get what I mean. If you can get the... I don't even know what you would call that thing. What do you call the thing that pulls the carrots out of the ground? I don't know what you call that. The fork, the spike, I don't know what you call it. Whatever it is, if you can get it kind of in the middle of 2 rows, you'll normally get both the rows at the same time, as I'm doing now, as you can see. Of course, it's the last one I flipped to. Of course it is. So I wonder if there's going to be... I really haven't looked besides what I saw recently with the tornadoes. I wonder if there's going to be any other crazy weather conditions besides tornadoes. I think there's hail with the tornadoes too, but I wonder if there's going to be anything else. Like, I don't know, like a tsunami or a hurricane or something. I doubt it, but that'd be kind of cool, right? Well, it would suck if you had a farm that was near the ocean, but... All right, well, we're nearly done, gang. I think we're going to leave the episode there. Between now and the next episode, I'll make sure I get the rest of the the beets pulled out of the ground there. Get that field done, and then we'll have to work on that field in the next episode and anything else that comes to play. So hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button if you're new. It's free, helps me a ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or ideas, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to get back to you on those. Check my other channel out, Zorch Entertainment. Doing a lot of different playthroughs on that right now. I've got a challenge for Dynasty Warriors 6 Empires, and I'm doing a playthrough on Modern Warfare 3. If that interests you, any of that kind of stuff interests you at all, besides just Farming Simulator, I'd appreciate it if you gave me a sub on that one. I'm trying to get to 1,000 on that one. I've had 840 something right now, so pretty close. A little over 150 off, so would love to get that to 1,000 subscribers, and would love if you were your help in getting there. So again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch all of you in the next episode.